What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Mike Owens. We back with another episode of the Mike to Mike podcast. Come on, let's cheer it up, kids. You know what? We got something for the adults too. Come on, let's do it for the adults as well. Yes, 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 yes. I'm very excited. Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here and be back on the Mike to Mike podcast here. And we got a special guest. And this special guest, he's very, very special because he is family. And you know what? We don't see eye to eye on everything. All right. But what family does? You know, we don't see eye to eye on everything. But you know what? You still got to love them because they your family. All right. So today, you know, we got my cousin George Crawford on here. Come on, let's give it up for him, kids. All right, cuz, you know, welcome to the show. You know, you got anything you want to say before we get into it?
You know what, man? I'm just happy to be here. You know how we get down. You just said it. You know what? You can choose your friends, not your family. You know how we get down, so let's make it happen.
Right.
Let's make it happen.
And we definitely gonna make it happen. So you know what? We gonna get into it. And how we start off the show, if nobody knew, how we start the show off is who's hot, who's not. All right. And who's hot could be anything. It could be a person. It could be a subject. It could be a thing. It could be anything. And you know what? This week, since it is March, who's hot right now is this March Madness tournament. All right. And you know what? The name itself is the perfect definition of this tournament. It is madness, complete madness. What is happening in this tournament? And you know what? I definitely wanted to talk about it because you know what? I have never seen a tournament with this much madness and craziness in it. What do you think about that? Cuz
you know what, Mike, man, it's funny because you said it perfectly, man. Madness is the epitome of what we're looking at. And so you see all these upsets, the ones we saw Purdue lose. Man, it's crazy what we're looking at. It's exciting for the sport. I think it's the new direction of how college basketball tournament is going to be. So it's very different from past.
And you know what? With this transfer portal and all these things going on in college football and basketball, the parity of sports is going to be crazier and crazier as time goes on because these guys could choose to leave. You got some of these guys who are super seniors, guys that's stars on one team. If they decide to up and leave, you know, they don't have to wait a year anymore. They can easily just go to another team. We seen that this year with Kendrick Davis. You know, he came from SMU, went to Memphis and made Memphis a tournament team. And that's what you're going to start seeing more and more is a lot of these teams that's coming out, you know, they're grabbing these guys, these seniors, these stars from other teams and, you know, grabbing them for 1 year to see if they can make a run for the big tournament. And I'm loving it. And some of the big things that's happened just this week, we're just closing in on the round of 32. But what's been going on is Purdue loses to Fairleigh Dickinson. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even know, you know, what Fairleigh Dickinson was before this week. I mean, it's crazy to see a team like Purdue go down in week one, but that's just, you know, how basketball is now. You know, these guys that have played together multiple years really have the advantage in this type of tournament. If you have any type of cohesion, any type of I'm looking for the word chemistry. You pretty much favor in a tournament setting because you know you have the advantage. You play with players multiple years, and when you get into these tournament settings where it's only one game or go home, you know it kind of favors those teams that have the chemistry and been together for a couple years. What do you think about that, cuz?
You know what? I agree as well, Mike, because you got to think about it. If you get these kids in this transfer portal, and we come from a time where there were kids who stayed in the school, 2-3 years, and we knew what they were about, the program, the coaches. Now you pick them out the portal, you put them in, and with the tournament, it's instant game 7.
Right.
One game and it's over with. And so even when we saw Purdue, they got Edie, the big kid, and some days you ain't hot. Some days you can have all the talent in the world. And so all you need is one day, your one shining moment, and Fairleigh Dickinson got it. And my question is, hey, where's Fairleigh Dickinson at? What state, what university, what do they do? So Purdue has to be sick right about now, man.
Yeah, I have no clue where this school is. I don't know where this school is, but you know what, man? Shout out to Fairleigh Dickinson.
Shout
out. They played an excellent game. And like you said earlier, we was talking, you said, I mean, if this team was to play Purdue 100 times, that might be the only time that they won. You know, the other 99, Purdue is probably going to beat this team.
And you know what? And that's the thing about the tournament, right? All you need is that one moment. And
that's
so
it.
Again, Purdue, if they played 10 more times, Purdue will win.
Right.
But the moment they needed it, they lost it.
Yeah.
And so now, one and done.
Yeah, it's crazy because now we got two. I think it's two number ones that's gone. All right, Kansas just lost, which is sad, but Kansas, really, the number ones this year really aren't number ones. These guys really, it could have been a couple other teams that could have been number one. I know UCLA probably could have been a number one. It was a lot of different teams out there this year where they were fighting for number one, number two. So, Kansas really wasn't really a true number one to me, but they were a very solid team. But them losing their coach, I think that hurt them a little bit with Bill Self being gone. You need a coach in this type of situation that's very experienced. And you know what? His coaching staff is very experienced. They got 25 years of experience on that coaching staff with Bill Self. But you still need your head coach. Bill Self is the head coach for a reason. So, Kansas losing, I wasn't that surprised by that because they had a good opponent in who they lost to. Now, one that I was surprised by was I think Arizona lost to Princeton. All right. Princeton looks fantastic. These ain't the days no more where these geeks they get superior athletes now, man.
Like the nerds hooping, man.
I'm about to say the nerds hooping. The nerds are hooping because I'm like, man, Princeton, they got this two like huge, 7-foot dudes out here killing. I'm like, these dudes making got 4.5 GPAs and then got this type of athleticism.
Yeah.
You get blessed with that. That's pretty impressive. But Princeton don't look like no number 15 seed.
No, and you know what? They don't. And again, it goes back to matchups, right? And again, with the tournament, all you need is that one moment you get hot and it's pressure. And you said something going back to Kansas for a moment, you need your head coach. Right. You need the coach to navigate these waters because once that pressure get tight, people start to get real square. And all of a sudden, that jumper that was falling is not jumping, it's not falling no more. Now you get nervous, right? Because you expected to move on because you're the higher seed. You know what I mean? And so once you feel that pressure,
that pressure cooker is on.
Yeah,
and that's one thing. I think some of the teams, like you said, we'll talk about them a little later, but teams like Marquette, teams like all these teams in the Big East where they play a lot of close games, that is an advantage in this tournament because you're always playing close games in the tournament and you know how to win in pressure situations. So the teams that, Purdue, they really wasn't in a lot of close games this year. But those teams like Marquette and all those teams that play in a lot of tight games in the Big East, very competitive. It's a very competitive conference. All the teams are pretty good. They play in games of 5 points or less. A lot of times, it helps them in the tournament. All right. Now another team that I seen that got knocked out real quick was Virginia. Virginia got knocked out to Furman. But you know what? This is just the year of a parity. In the NBA and in the NCAA tournament. I just feel like this year is just a huge year for parity in basketball. So, you're going to see it, I think, in the NBA as well. When the NBA finals come and the NBA playoffs come, you're going to see a lot of parity. And you don't know who's going to make it, all right? This is the year where I don't know who's going to win it in the tournament, and I don't know who's going to win it in the NBA. So, I think 2023 is the year of parity. I'm going to name it as that.
But you know what, Mike? Back to Virginia. Remember, not too long ago, they lost as the number 1 seed to a 16 seed, right?
Yes.
And so again, I think that these teams got to realize once you in this tournament, man, what you used to do is not going to work no more.
It's not.
Because it's pressure. It's pressure for you to advance, to move on, because you got a higher seed and people want to see you move on.
Right.
And so I think Virginia has had a history of kind of losing games like this, like Purdue, right? I think Purdue, when I saw a stat where they've been the higher seed, they are 6-4 in the tournament, right? And so again, you have to be able to make your shots, understand pressure, and understand these young boys. Now they're on the big stage. They got something to prove. Oh, this coach didn't recruit me because he thought you was better than me. I'm going to show him and y'all. By the way, y'all out the door. On to the next one, man. These boys got something. The nerds got something to prove, man.
The nerds got something to prove, man. I'm like, man, wow, Princeton, man. I didn't even know that they let that many black people on the team. I'm just being honest, bro. I'm being honest, man. I'm like, man, hey, I'm happy, though. I'm like, man, that's big, and hopefully it's a trend where we starting to see more cultures and things like that, different races, playing on these Ivy League teams. Because I big ups to Princeton. They look really good. They just beat Mizzou, and I'm like, man, they look pretty good against Mizzou. So really Princeton got a real good shot. They really do. All you need is a little confidence, all right? Because pressure.
So let me ask you this. So you said Princeton got a good shot. You think they can get to the Elite Eight?
I think they can. Why not? We just seen it last year with St. Peter's. They took it. I think what was they to the Final Four? Did they get to the Final Four? Or was it Elite Eight?
Elite Eight. I think
they made Elite Eight.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, I mean, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen in this tournament. All right. So I can easily see Princeton making it to the Elite Eight.
And so don't forget, all you got to win is 6 games, right? You win a 6-game winning streak, you national champs.
All right. You just count it down to 6. All you need is 6 games and you national champs. So big up. So, when we was thinking about this, and I was thinking about it earlier, talking about college basketball, I was thinking about, man, it's a lot of great coaches in college basketball, and thinking about this tournament, it's like, this is the ultimate tournament. If you can win it as a coach in this, I mean, I think like you are like an amazing coach if you can win in these tournaments, because it's only one and done. It's not like the finals where you get 7 games. This is only one and done, and it's a huge tournament with a lot of different teams. You don't have that much time to really prepare for the team that you're playing against. And I was thinking, like, man, what are some of the coaches that I think are just overrated? And you know what? This is my list. So, stay off my back, okay? Stay off my back, because this is my list, okay? I'm letting y'all know that now. Leave me alone, okay, you clowns out there. All right? Stay off my back, clowns, because this is my list. And I want to tell you some of the coaches that I think are a little bit overrated in college basketball, all right? So the first one that I wanted to start with was Jim Boeheim. Okay.
Agreed.
Congratulations to Jim Boeheim. He just retired for Syracuse. He's been there almost, I don't know how long, 50-something years, it seems like.
40 plus years, I believe.
It's 40 plus years. Only one championship, okay? And the championship he got was with Carmelo Anthony, which was an amazing player in college basketball that year. I think it was 2003. But you know what? Jim Boeheim is just overrated to me. I really haven't seen him. I don't even think he's made it to that many Final Four appearances. Now that I think about it, and he only has one championship. And you know what? It's the fact with Jim Boeheim is, and with Syracuse, is they've been bad. At least the last, I know, like 7 or 8 years, just recently. So I mean, and people put Jim Boeheim in there as one of those coaches that's like a top 10 coach in college basketball. And I just don't see it. I think he's just been there because he's had a longevity award, if you ask me. He's coached longer than most of the coaches have. And I don't understand it. But, I think Jim Boeheim is overrated. That's my first one. What you think about that one?
You know what? I do agree. I know early in the mid-'80s, 90s, he had a couple good teams. But overall, I think he's overrated. And I think back in the day, the Big East was a great conference, right? They had St. John's. They had Syracuse, obviously his team, Georgetown, and I think that conference used to carry basketball along for a long time, along with the ACC.
Right.
So I do think that he is somewhat overrated. He got Carmelo in 2003, and they went on a run, and they wound up beating Kansas in the Final Four. So longevity, congratulations for having over probably 700 victories, but at the end of the day, you only got one chip to show for it. You're overrated. You're overrated.
So we both agree on that one. My next one's Tom Izzo. I think Tom Izzo is overrated as well. All right. I mean, they put Tom Izzo up here like he is he's a good coach. Okay. Don't get me wrong. He's a good coach. Tom Izzo is a great defensive coach. I like him on the defensive side of the ball. He has some great defensive principles. The only thing is, once again, kind of like Jim Boeheim, he's been at Michigan State for 30 plus years, and I just have not seen enough winning.
So, Mike, let me ask you this then. So we're saying they're overrated, and they got a bunch of overall victories. In order not to be overrated, do they have more than one title?
They need the ships, or you need to get to the national championship game. Okay?
But now Izzo has been there a couple of times, and he lost, though.
How many national championship games has he been to, though?
I want to say 3.
What's the last one he's been to?
I have no idea.
It ain't been because we don't remember. Because I'm telling you now, he hasn't been to one with the Jaren Jackson era. He wasn't at one with Draymond Green. They got kicked out. I think the last one he was at was the one that he won with Mateen Cleaves and them.
I think you're right.
That's what I'm saying. I really have not seen enough. I mean, here's my thing. We don't talk about the John Thompsons enough, okay? John Thompson, he got him a championship, but we don't even bring him up,
Big John.
Okay?
Yes,
we
sir.
don't bring Big John up. We bring these guys up who've coached way longer than Big John has, and they put him above him because they have the wins. But when you're not winning the big one, you're not winning the tournament, or you're not getting to championships, championship games in the tournament, I don't understand how you put these coaches above guys like John Thompson. I mean, who's done it?
But now let me ask you the question. Let's keep it a buck. Why you think they do that? Let's keep it a buck. Why you think they put them guys above John? Because John has put more NBA players in the league.
Exactly. And you know why? John Thompson, he was not loved by everybody, especially not everybody in the media either. He wasn't the nicest guy to talk to.
But now, I bet you his players are always speaking highly
his
of
players
him,
love him.
definitely.
He's a players. His players. He was a hard coach. I watched a lot of the Georgetown documentary and stuff like that. Even Iverson talking about him. Patrick Ewing, the Requiem for the Big East.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Documentary and all that talking about John Thompson. John Thompson was a tough cookie on his players, but his players respected him because he was like a father figure.
But he
gave them tough love.
He had to be because where they came from in the city, right? And some of them didn't have the pops in their life, so he was their pop.
So he was their pops. And you know what? I think the reason why is because, certain coaches are media darlings. All right. And another one that we're talking about that's a big media darling that, the media loves him is Coach John Calipari. I think John Calipari is overrated as well. And this is the reason why I think John Calipari is overrated. Yes, he did win one in 2012. He just won his championship, his only championship in 2012. But for the amount of talent that John Calipari has had, to only have one championship is ridiculous to me.
Now, and you're right. And so remember at Massachusetts, like we talked about earlier, he had Canby, right?
Exactly.
And so then we talked about earlier at Memphis, he had D Rose.
He had D Rose.
And he had a plethora of guys at Kentucky.
A ton of guys. And you know what? A lot of the coaches that have had this amount of talent, when you look at it, guys like Dean Smith, all right? Dean Smith had, we can name the many players he's had that went to the NBA and done great things, including number 23 himself. But Dean Smith had 4 championships. Right? Then you look at Coach K. Coach K, he wasn't always getting the big time players, but at the latter of his career, he started getting the big fishes. All right. Coach K has what? I think 4 championships, right?
He got 5.
Or he got 5. He got 5. Calipari has had that type of talent. And the amount of talent he's had is right up there with the Coach K's and the Dean Smiths.
He has dogs.
Absolute
ballers.
Superstars.
We can name 10 off the rip now and go.
Keep going. Just go.
So what was it, AD?
Yeah, you got AD.
Booker.
You got DeMarcus Cousins.
Ooh,
you got Devin Booker. You got Julius Randle. You got John Wall. I mean, you can go on and on and on. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Bam Adebayo. These are just recent guys that he's had. De'Aaron Fox. And we could go on and on and on for how many players he's had. And for the amount of success just don't equal up to the talent he's had.
Agreed.
So that's why I have to put him on the overrated list, because what is it? It's not your players, because when your players leave, they end up being better players in the NBA than they were in college.
But you know what? I wound up seeing another 30 for 30 about Calipari, and he was talking about he go into these kids' homes and tell them, hey, look, I want you out of here one and done, right? And so we get that premise because, again, you can't tell a kid who has NBA potential stay 2 years and that financial responsibility could change your family's life.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he's not establishing a foundation of consistent winning championships because he got too many players coming in, too many players going out.
Right. So here's the thing. Would you say that Calipari, because some of these coaches are, he's a better recruiter and salesman than he is a coach?
Oh, most definitely.
So it is. That's his
definitely. If I had a son who was Kentucky worthy, you going there big time,
right?
Because he gonna sell you a dream, and it's gonna be reality,
right?
So he's going to do that.
So he's a better recruiter and salesman than coach. That's what I give him. All right, and he's a great salesman. But you know what? When it comes to coaching, I just got to put him on that overrated list. Win another one, and you can come off that list. But for right now, you're on that list for me. Okay,
agreed.
So now we're gonna go into what's not hot. All right. And who's not hot this week is, I hate to say it because I love this guy so much, and he is the GOAT of basketball, but he is probably one of the worst executives and owners we've seen in all the sports, and that is Michael Jordan himself. And I hate to do this to number 23. I know George is loving this right now because I have to go off on Michael Jordan right now, but, Michael Jordan right now, he's not hot because, he wants to sell the majority stake in the Charlotte Hornets, and Michael Jordan, he's been the Charlotte Hornets majority owner for the last 12 seasons, and it has just been atrocious. When it comes to Michael Jordan as an executive, God just doesn't bless you with everything. Okay. And just because you were a great player and probably the greatest of all time, I call him the GOAT. So I will call him the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time as a basketball player, but as a basketball executive and owner, it's just crazy how God works in mysterious ways. I think he's the worst of all time.
You know what? If he ain't, he's up there. And so you know how I feel, and we'll have a whole discussion when it's time for it. Maybe Jordan need Pippen. He only won when he had Pippen, right? So maybe he should have Pippen on his evaluation team to help him out with his Charlotte Hornets, right? I'm just saying.
Come on.
This Mike know all and everything.
George,
hey, I'm just saying.
George, please,
I'm just saying.
Please stop. Okay, we not go.
Okay.
We not gonna go down this road.
Hey,
please stop throwing.
If Jordan
don't
had
throw
Pippen
in this, please.
Hey, if Jordan had Pippen, he'll win.
Please stop. Pippen was nothing before Michael Jordan came on the scene, man. And if Pippen didn't have Jordan, we wouldn't really know who Scottie Pippen was. Scottie Pippen probably wouldn't got no shoe deal if Michael Jordan wasn't on the Bulls. And let's just be honest about that, George.
So George, Mike, I know we ain't going here now.
I know we're not going here,
but I'm just saying. One question: what was Jordan's playoff record before Pippen got there?
Okay, here's the thing.
Oh
George.
Lord, here we go. Now
every player in the NBA needs good players around them. Okay, name me one player that done it by himself. Name me one player that ain't done it without a good player on the side of him.
But Mike, the problem is y'all think Mike did it all by himself.
I did not. I never said that, George. I never said that, George.
Okay.
I never said that, George.
Okay.
But who was winning the MVPs?
Okay.
Who was winning the Defensive Player of the Years? Who was winning the Finals MVPs? If Pippen was that good, why ain't they give it to Pippen one time out of 6?
All Jordan had to do was one thing, was score. That was it. That was it.
But you want to go into this?
We're going to stay on topic today. We're going to stay on topic. Hey,
let's stay on topic, George.
Who's not hot is Michael Jordan as an executive.
Who's not hot is Michael Jordan as an executive, okay? And in the last 12 seasons, he's only made 2 playoffs, and he's never made it past the first round, okay? And you know what? When it comes to Michael Jordan, man, like I say all the time, this dude is just... I mean, it's hard to explain this guy's personality. But, he's just a a-hole. Let's just keep it real, okay?
I will say this. I think Mike is such a competitor. Let's take Kwame Brown, for example, right? I think he can see talent, but it's hard to live up to his expectations. Because I will say this. If he ain't the GOAT, he's up there also in that conversation, right? So it's hard to live up to that man's expectation of you and for you because he has nothing but excellence in his career. So I will give him that. And you know
what? I think this is good for Michael Jordan to sell the majority stake because I think the players, I think they feel the pressure. These guys come off the court. You see Malik Monk, that one time he was playing with the Hornets, he slapped him on the side of the head.
Yeah.
He gets so angry because Michael Jordan is one of them type of guys where he's so competitive. He still feels like he can go out there and strap on some Jordans and lead them to a championship. I would really think that the way he is, he's sitting on the sidelines. If you see him, his eyes is getting redder than what they are right now.
Oh, he'd be furious.
He is stressed.
He'd be furious.
He is stressed out over them losing, and it's because he doesn't really know what he's doing. I'm just being honest. I think he has the wrong people in his corner. And a guy like Michael Jordan. We seen it with Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley tried to say, hey, he has a lot of yes men in his corner, and he hasn't talked to Charles Barkley in over, 13 years since Charles Barkley came out on TNT and said that. And that's the reason why they lose, because you can't tell Michael Jordan anything.
And you know what? You would have to have yes men, because again, I hate to say this, he is a guy, if not the guy of basketball, right? You don't want to disappoint that man. You don't want to tell him, no, Mike, we can't do this. But some things, somebody should have told him, bro, we can't take this kid.
Right.
He's not functional for our squad. He doesn't fit our program. We can't take him. So you gonna tell Michael Jordan no?
No, because I'm gonna lose my job. Ain't nobody gonna tell him no. All right, I want the free Jordans.
I want the free J's.
I want the free J's and tickets, and I don't want to lose my job. I got mouths to feed here, man. So, and that's the bad thing about Michael Jordan is he's that type of guy. We know that. A lot of people don't really like Michael Jordan as a guy. They like him as Michael Jordan, the basketball player. But as Michael Jordan, the personality, the person, a lot of guys don't like him.
And it's the A-type personality, right?
It's an atypical alpha male type of personality. And he has to have his way.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why Charlotte has not been successful. Because if guys are not feeling like you are including them and uplifting them, as an owner, you have to do that. Everybody has to feel good. You see the Warriors organization, the owners, they hands are off of it, but they kind of let the players, be themselves, and you know what? They're not basketball players. They never played basketball, so it's a little different. Sure. Michael Jordan is the only owner that has played before, I think, besides Jerry Richardson, that played in the NFL, 50 years before he owned the Panthers.
Yeah, and I think when he played, he was nobody special.
He was nobody special. Michael Jordan is in a unique situation where I am the greatest basketball player of all time, and I am the only one that owns a basketball team. So it's like, when you look at it like that, I mean, he's in a rare, situation that nobody else on earth is in. So it's really hard for him. But I just feel like, at this point, he's already shown that he's not going to win anything with the Charlotte Hornets as Michael Jordan.
Let me ask you this real quick. So you think he can probably lesser his role and have somebody else come along and kind of guide that ship?
He's gonna have to. If I was Michael Jordan, I would sit back and just collect my checks. Okay,
but now he finna run off with the bag.
I don't want to run the everyday stuff.
But look, he about to run off with the bag. When he bought the Hornets, he bought it for what, 180 million?
Oh yeah, it's already worth like $2 billion.
Yeah, so he gonna run off with the bag, even though he don't need the bag.
Yeah, he don't need it because he's getting more than enough from Nike and Jordan. I mean itself. But at the end of the day, like I said, if it's stressing me out this much and my team sucks this bad, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? My eyes are getting redder and redder. All right? My skin is getting darker and darker. It's black as tar now, man. Why am I doing this to myself, man?
He maybe trying to prove a point, right? Maybe I can do this from the executive side. And Mike, you just cannot do it. You a bad talent evaluator. The guys who you get, they don't live up to your potential. Then you get mad, you get frustrated, you kick them off the squad, you do what you got to do, and you back your square one all over again.
And you know what, George? I wouldn't want to play for Michael Jordan just off those horrible Jordans that he wears. Okay, let me do that one more time. Okay, I had to punch Michael Jordan for that because you know what, man? How are you the owner in the figurehead of the Jordan team brand? And you are wearing the worst Jordans that anybody could wear. Okay, who wears all white lows? I don't get it, man. Like, this dude's wearing all white lows. He wears golf Jordans on the sidelines. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is the reason why your team is losing.
But I'm gonna tell you something. If you seen Mike is kind of country. He dressed kind of country.
Oh, he kind of country.
He kind of Bama. He
is country.
He got the bread, but he Bama.
Oh, he's country, all right. And that's for sure. All right. And there ain't no doubt about it. Okay. Come on, man. Hey, I gotta send the gunshots for that one, man, because you are absolutely horrible when it comes to the style, man. I mean, I wouldn't want to get sit on the sidelines by you. That doesn't motivate me to play for you when I see you in some all white lows. One's lows. Like, come on, bro. Like, you can get any Jordan you want.
Jordan you
and
want.
You chose the one's lows?
I'm pretty sure.
All white?
I'm pretty sure he got J's. Ain't nobody seen. And
exactly.
those what you put on?
You put those on?
You purposely put those on.
All right. With some carpenter jeans? Come on, bro.
With a blaze on? Come on, Mike. You got to do better.
We got to do better than that. So, I mean, like I said, Michael Jordan is the worst owner of sports. But here, like I said before, all right, most of these great players, we've seen it before. Magic Johnson is another one. Magic Johnson.
I'm not going to be here.
Magic Johnson, he's definitely another one, okay? He's definitely another one where he was a great player. He tried to coach, I think, 1 year in 96. He couldn't make it through a whole year. Okay,
17 games.
All right, and like I just said, played with the sound clip. I mean, he tried to be the general manager, the president of the Lakers. It just did not work out. All right, he took Lonzo Ball over Jason Tatum, and that hurt that franchise for a minute.
It set him back.
They're back. It set them back because
they should have
imagine if they had Tatum with this team now. All right, you had Tatum sitting in there, and you took Lonzo Ball. All right, so it's like with that, a lot of these guys that are great players, all-time great players, just don't turn out to be the all-time great executives.
So, Mike, let me ask you this real quick. I'm sorry. So, you talk about these guys who are great players and not great executives. How is Jerry West so different? Because he finds talent under a rock. How does he do that?
I think his personality too. Jerry West is, if you see his personality, he's just one of those personalities where he's very cerebral and he respects great players. All right, he has an eye for great talent. It's not a lot of guys like that. And he's seen it with Kobe. But he's one of those type of guys where if you see Jerry West in interviews, he's very humble, very meek. He's not into himself at all.
And you know what, Mike? You
At
said
all.
something. I like the word cerebral, right?
Very cerebral.
He understands basketball
Yes.
and the science
Oh my
behind
God,
basketball.
he knows basketball,
right?
and yes,
The science
very well.
behind it. And
Yes.
so I think he can almost see the future for them guys again.
Right.
Not too many people were high on an 18-year-old kid out of Philadelphia, Kobe Bryant, but he was on him.
Right.
And so even when Kobe struggled when he first got there, he didn't even turn his back because he knew the greatness in that kid, right?
Right.
So even with Kawhi and some of these other guys, Paul George, he find these guys and he finds stars. So
Right.
again, the other old great ones we just talked about, I don't know why they can't do what Jerry do.
Right.
But Jerry does it phenomenal.
Yeah, some of them are really good. Like you got some coaches like Larry Bird, who was a really good coach when he was coaching for Indiana. I mean, some of these great players, it is some anomalies in there where they are good players or great players, and then they are pretty great coaches. But you got ones like Bill Russell. Bill Russell, he had a 500 record as a head coach. All right, you wouldn't expect that, but I mean that's average. 500 is average, okay?
Yeah.
And he was an average head coach. So just because you are a great player doesn't mean that you're going to be a great executive or a great coach, and that is the same thing for Michael Jordan. All right, and I mean, I'm sorry to say it. I love you. I love the shoes, but you know what? You just an absolute trash executive.
Yeah.
And this goes back to Washington. We
Yeah.
don't even want to talk about Washington, where he was a player executive.
Yeah.
And they were absolutely horrible. All right. So some guys are just not going to be great executives when they are great coaches. All right. So I wanted to give up just a big update on what is going on in the NFL. We got to give an update on our NFL signings, just so the ones that don't know out there, we gonna give you an update on it. A-Rod, he wants to sign with the Jets. He came out and said that on the McAfee podcast, but it's a lot of things around that deal. That deal is not complete yet. And it's going to take a lot to get that deal done because A-Rod got a lot of money on the books with Green Bay. He just signed to a new contract. So they're going to have to figure out how to move that money. And, the Jets don't want to give up their number one pick.
But
I'm
Mike,
hearing that.
they're going to have to do something because I think that relationship in Green Bay is strained at this point, right?
It's over with.
They've drafted multiple quarterbacks. And
For sure.
They never gave one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time the weapons he need, right?
Right.
Why don't you give this guy some wide receivers, right?
Right.
If you give him wide receivers, I truly believe he'd won at least 3 more championships.
Right.
Right. And so again, I think it's time just to rip the Band-Aid off. You figure out how you do this money situation on the contract. Let him go about his business. You guys, if the Love kid is going to be your quarterback, let him be that guy for you. Figure it out. I don't know what you guys going to do, but I think the A-Rod and the Packers thing is pretty much over with.
All right. See, I believe the same thing because I do. I think that's going to happen, and he'll be a Jet next season. The Cowboys released Ezekiel Elliott, and they asked Stephon Gilmore. You know what? I'm proud of Ezekiel Elliott for getting up out of there. Okay, he got up out of the asylum. Okay, and I'm happy for him. Okay, because them clowns running that show over there. They wasn't winning nothing anyway. So congratulations to Zeke to getting up out of Dallas and getting away from his daddy, his stepdaddy Jerry Jones. I'm very proud of you, brother, because you are from the town. You from St. Louis. And, we can't hold you down too long, brother. They can't hold you down too long. They've been holding you back a little bit. So congratulations, because the Cowboys ain't going nowhere. Okay, they just signed Van Der Esch, who's a nobody as well. I really don't like talking about the Cowboys updates, but I got to because we got a lot of Cowboys.
They did sign Cook this morning, right? I heard they signed Brandon Cook.
He ain't gonna do nothing either. Good luck.
The disdain, but I get it. I
mean, yeah. I Brandon Cooks, we got the best out of him when he was a Ram. I just don't. If you ain't got a quarterback that can get him the ball, why does it matter?
Yeah, why does it matter?
Okay, They still got Dak Prescott over there. They're not winning nothing with that fool. And I'm just being honest about it. You're not winning nothing with Dak Prescott. And I keep telling y'all that. All right, so you can bring whoever you want. Jerry Rice, Michael Irvin, Chris Carter, Terrell Owens, anybody you want. You can take anybody from the past, all right? Steve Largent, any of them, and you're not going to do anything because number 4 is your quarterback. If y'all don't get that through y'all thick skulls that you're not going to do nothing because number 4 is your quarterback. So you're not winning anything. So I wouldn't get excited about any of these signings because number 4 is still your quarterback, and he's not going to get him the ball anyway. All right? So that's it on that, all right? So Buccaneers signed Baker Mayfield. I like it for him. I mean, Baker Mayfield, I guess he proved himself with us in them last couple games, but I don't see that moving the needles for the Buccaneers at all. What do you think?
No, I don't think so. I think Baker Mayfield is only in the league because he won a Heisman. He's been to Cleveland, obviously LA,
Cleveland, LA,
Carolina. And so it's like Baker, he's not the answer.
He's not
the answer.
I think they like him because he's pretty good in the media. I guess the media, some of these media guys hype certain guys up, and I don't understand it because Baker Mayfield is absolutely horrible,
trash.
All right, Baker Mayfield won a Heisman, played for Oklahoma, All-American guy, I guess, and that's why the media likes him so much. But I don't see nothing happening in Tampa Bay with him. And the last one is Darius Slay resigns with the Eagles. I think this is a big signing for the Eagles because they got both their corners back. They just signed Bradbury to a big deal, and now they signed Darius Slay to a big deal. And the Eagles defense, as far as their DBs go, I like that for the Eagles that they got those two guys back. And I had to put that out there because the Eagles are going to be a force to be reckoned with. As long as Jalen Hurts is on this rookie contract, they're going to have probably one more shot at it until they got to pay Jalen Hurts that big money. So if they going to do it, they better do it this year. But it ain't going to happen because I think the Rams is going to have something to say about that. You
think the Rams will have something to say about that?
Yeah.
So who y'all quarterback?
You know who our quarterback is, Matthew Stafford.
You really banking on Stafford still?
Yeah, Super Bowl winning quarterback. Yeah.
Come on, Mike.
I mean, we paid him the money, George. George, he'll be back.
So I want you to know something.
What do you want me to know,
The
George?
NFL has made a deal with Kroenke, right? You get the Rams out of St. Louis, get them LA. We'll let you guys win the Super Bowl in your home stadium.
That ain't no deal.
Mike,
George,
I'm going to let you know something right now.
George, George, don't start with me about this, George. First of all, you are not going to discredit my championship, George.
What
you're not going to do is discredit my hard-earned championship.
Hard-earned? Are you serious?
Yes, sir.
Hard-earned?
Yes.
Mike,
we got it out the mud.
What?
Get out of here, George.
The mud?
Who is Cooper Kupp? Do you know what school Cooper Kupp went to?
Eastern Washington.
What was Matthew Stafford at Detroit? We made him a champion.
Man, what?
You're not going to do
Matthew
this, man.
Stafford.
You're not going to do this, George. I'm telling you that now, man.
Everybody listen. Everybody listen right now. I promise y'all.
Out the mud.
I promise y'all.
Rams Nation.
The Rams ain't going to the playoffs for the next 5 years. I put that on anything I love.
I got that out the mud. You know what time it is. We've been grinding for this.
What?
We've been grinding for that, and we got it.
Mike, stop.
All day, every day, man. Rams Nation.
Mike, let me ask you a question. What's y'all reckon next year?
I reckon next year, a lot of wins and a little losses.
Mike, stop. Y'all can't even beat San Francisco with Brock Purdy.
But I tell you this, it's going to be about 12-5 if you ask me.
Y'all can't even miss San Francisco with Brock Purdy.
Hey, like I said, in Sean McVay and Les Snead, I trust. Okay,
man, stop.
In Sean McVay, I trust.
What?
Super Bowl winning,
come on, man.
Head coach Sean McVay.
Mike, don't
you out your mind, man.
Mike, I'm telling you right now.
Stop playing with us, man.
The Rams gonna break your heart.
They not about to break my heart. They can never break my heart,
man. Please,
they can never break my heart.
All right, Mike. Okay.
All right, because what they did was, my heart was broken a long time ago. When we left and we went to LA, but you know what? We got a champion, and my heart can never be broken again because champions never die. Okay, a championship will never go away. That champion is going. That championship banner will be in SoFi Stadium forever.
And that's the only banner that's going to be in SoFi Stadium for the next 10 plus years.
That's all I'm saying.
Only one.
Championships last forever. So you can hate all you want.
Oh my God.
It ain't stopping.
Oh my God.
It's just the beginning.
Oh my God.
We got $61 million in cap space next year. That first round pick, we finally get one. Yeah, beware. Everybody in NFL better beware. Because we coming, baby. We coming. We still got Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp.
Nobody's worried
and we getting a couple free agents. We in LA. Who don't like sunshine? Who don't like sunshine? Who don't like the beach? Who don't like seeing superstars everywhere?
About the Rams.
Man, come on. 80 degrees every day, man. Everybody coming to LA.
I feel you.
Everybody's coming there.
Oh, we know.
We getting every free agent out there, man.
Oh, man, stop it.
Yes, sir.
Stop it.
They want to come to LA and play with us.
Oh, my goodness.
All day long. Sean McVay.
Why you want to play with Stafford? The boy hurt all the time.
I'm just saying, George.
The boy hurt all the time. He's
like
on the Mike, he about to be out the league in the next 3 years.
No, he's not.
Oh, my God.
He's not. We just fine. And guess what?
Okay.
We going to get another quarterback, too. It don't matter. Ain't nothing stopping me, George.
Okay.
Nothing's going to stop this train.
Okay.
Nothing.
Mike. Okay.
And I'm telling y'all that now, man.
Okay.
Nothing is stopping this train. Period, man. It's Rams Nation. And it ain't going to change ever. So all you haters, all you doubters out there, hey, I'm telling you now, hey, haters never prosper. Haters never prosper. I'm a winner. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ guides this team, man. They guide the Jesus Christ guides the Los Angeles Rams.
Mike, that's almost blasphemous. Are you serious?
Yes. Yes.
Wait a minute.
Period.
Repeat what you just said.
Jesus Christ leads us, man.
What?
He favors us.
Oh my!
He favors us.
You know what? I don't believe what I'm just hearing.
I'm just saying, man.
Are you out your
mind?
mind?
You see the city of LA,
Are you out your mind?
sunshine.
Are you out your mind?
Yes.
Do you feel good?
Yes.
Are you sick?
Yes, because I'm telling you that it's just the truth, George.
Mike,
what are you talking? Yes. God favors this team. I'm God's child. We are God's children. Everybody on the Rams is God's children. That's why we won last year. We winners. We won. We got one. We got the ring. How about you? How about your team? Exactly. Think about that for a minute. Think about that. Think about that. When you watch that, think about that. But we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. All right. We're gonna go to the next topic, and that's gonna be our NBA playoff and NBA predictions for this year. Who we think wins it all. All right. So I guess I'll start out because like I said, it's a lot of parity in the league this year. And Kevin Durant just went down with Phoenix, but the team that I got still is, first of all, on the East is pretty easy to me. I'm taking the Milwaukee Bucks, okay? I think Giannis is the best player in basketball right now, if you ask me, on both sides of the ball. If we playing defense and offense, I'm taking Giannis, and that's why I'm taking the Milwaukee Bucks. They have the experience. They have the players. They look like they're getting healthy at the right time. Adding Jay Crowder was huge. To that roster, that gives you another perimeter defender on top of Drew Holiday that can lock down, your best players on the other team. And then, like I said, Giannis. Giannis is the X factor.
You know what? I agree with that in the East. Now, the East is going to be very crowded.
It's very crowded.
Philadelphia playing some good ball right now.
Yeah, well, Philadelphia is playing really good, but like I always say, when it comes to Philadelphia, it starts and ends with Joel Embiid. Okay, and Joel Embiid, his biggest thing is he is uber talented. Ultra talented. He has to make and take the right shots. Shot selection is huge for me when it comes to Joel Embiid.
And true, but he can hit almost any shot on the court when he's hot. He's a big man. He's kind of mobile. He runs up and down the court really well. I do like Harden. I like Tobias Harris. So I think they got a team that can really run with the Bucks.
And then, and talking about Philly and Joel Embiid, that was going to be my sleeper. My sleeper was going to be the Philadelphia 76ers. So I got the Milwaukee Bucks winning it and going to the finals. But my sleeper that I could see, if they get it right, I mean, it seems like they have the right team this year that could make it, okay? But it all lies on Joel Embiid in the playoffs. I don't want Joel Embiid out there, jab stepping and all that, doing all this.
That's his game.
I don't care. Get to the basket. You 280 pounds. Hey, run some dudes over and get to the bucket. I don't want you shooting a three. I don't want to see none of that. I'm sorry.
But that's his game though, Mike.
But when it comes to the end of the games, George, I don't want that. I want the high percentage shot. That's what I'm saying.
And I get it. But he can hit that three when they need it.
Does he hit it as well as Steph Curry?
No, who does?
Exactly. Does he hit it as well as Damian Lillard?
Who does?
Does he hit it as well as Devin Booker?
You know what? You compare him to a bunch of guards. For a big man.
Does he hit it? Okay. For a big man, he is not knocking down that three where I'm like, okay, I know he's going to knock down that three every time. No, he's not.
Sure he's not.
No, but that's why I say take the high percentage shot. I'd rather you taking the 18-foot jumper or the fadeaway than that three-point shot. I don't want it. When it comes down to the last possession, I don't want that shot, Joel Embiid. That's what I'm saying, cuz. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I don't want that shot from him.
So we still talking about East. What about Boston? You don't got no love for Boston?
That one is a little tough.
Why you say that?
The only thing about Boston is I don't know how they get easy buckets. They don't have a Joel Embiid. They don't have a Giannis who can get them the easy bucket. I mean, everything that they do is on the perimeter. And yes, they got JB and they got JT. Two of the great perimeter players in the NBA right now. Two of the best. Probably the best perimeter duo we got in the NBA right now is JT and JB. But they do not have the guy they can dump it down to that can get them 16 points a game and 10 rebounds. They don't have that. Al Horford is not that. All right.
Facts.
Robert, what's his name? Robert Williams. He's hurt too much. He can't stay healthy. I mean, and he's not an offensive player like that. He's very rugged on the offensive side. Defensive side, excellent. But on the offensive side of the ball, you can't just dump it down to him. So who do they have on the block where they can get an easy bucket?
But now remember this, though. Now it's a 7-game series, right?
It is.
So again, it ain't one and done. So if you get hot, and your team put together a stretch of runs, you could make a deep run into the postseason in the NBA.
But I think
they got the guys. You just said it, right?
Yeah, but it's the same thing as last year. I feel like if they had that, they would have beat Golden State.
I'm gonna tell you why I think they lost to Golden State. I think JT channeled too much Kobe.
Yeah, inexperience as well. I mean, they don't have the experience. You going against a team that won it, 3 times already.
But you know what? I think last year's finals, I thought JT was the most talented, but he kept on coming to the arena as if he was Kobe.
Yeah,
let that be your muse. I have no problem with that. But you don't do what Kobe do. You're not Kobe.
Nobody's gonna be Kobe.
You're not Kobe.
Okay, you could try to think you're Kobe, but Jason Tatum, you're not Kobe, and we love you. All right, just be Jason Tatum.
Be JT.
Because you can be JT, but you're not gonna be Kobe. Yeah, you're not gonna be Kobe. Okay, it's just not gonna happen. All right, nobody's Kobe. Just be Jason Tatum and be the best you can be. But I do like Boston, but I don't think they will make it this year. I mean, it's hard to come back from what they came back from, and lost to in the finals last year. So I feel like they're going to take a step back this year, and they have to get a big a guy on the block or something like that they could dump it down to, and just trust that he's going to be able to get them about 14 to 16 points a game on the block, or give me 10 rebounds. Al Horford, I feel like he's just past his prime. He's a little long in the tooth, and he's not going to be able to do it for you. So they depend too much on those two players. And I mean, Malcolm Brogdon was a huge pickup, because he's another guy that can, score, get them about that 17, 16 a game. But I still think they're going to need a big guy because they don't have anybody for Giannis. That's the difference. Giannis is the X factor.
He's a dog.
If you don't have nobody for him, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose, and that's just what I feel with that.
So we both saying Bucks out the East.
Yeah,
I agree.
I like Bucks out the East.
Okay.
All right, now in the West, that's the hard one. Very hard. It's so hard that I don't even know who I'm gonna pick. I guess I'll just go Phoenix if they're healthy. I'll take Phoenix. I mean, KD and D Book. That's a lot. I mean, and they look fantastic. The couple games they played together, they look pretty good. They look like they were going to be the Western Conference champions. But my sleeper, and I'm still going to pick them, is Golden State.
Really?
I'm still going to pick them.
But Golden State lost 10 games on the road.
Don't matter.
But you're going to have to win on the road in the playoffs.
Don't matter, George.
Mike, you have to win on the road.
George, can I explain myself to you, George?
Come on, let's go.
George,
let's go.
When you've been a team that has accomplished what the Golden State Warriors has accomplished, you can never worry about the regular season.
True, I agree.
Because here's the thing. I don't think nobody thought they was going to win it last year. All right. Golden State is one of these type of teams where when they get to the playoffs, they turn that switch on. And I think that's what's going to happen again. Steph Curry is back. Okay, that's the biggest thing. Do we have Steph? Now Steph is back. Steph looks like he got his groove back. He looked good. Klay looks good. This is going to be the playoff run where Steph and Klay is going to have to turn back the clock a little bit and take over. But because Andrew Wiggins, the situation he's going through, he probably ain't gonna be back. All right, it's hard to mentally come back from that, and he's probably not gonna want to play basketball.
No, I don't think so.
So at this point, they're gonna need like guys like Kuminga, Draymond, these guys, and Jordan Poole. This is the last run, if you ask me.
But you know what, Mike? You get it. So with the NBA and the playoffs, each year the veterans get older and the league get younger. Right. And so going to the playoffs, can they turn that clock back? They got a lot of playoff basketball under their belt. And they have the experience to do it. They got a coach who can get them in there. But I think it's going to be hard for them. I do.
I think they can, though, George. I really, truly do. I think they can. So
if they do, Steph got to do something out of this world remarkable to get them on their run. I don't think Klay. I think Klay, all the injuries with Klay are kind of mounting up. And he's not the Klay of old, nor should he be. I think Draymond is kind of running his course in Golden State. Right. You do got Jordan Poole. I think he's obviously a breath of fresh air who comes in. He can get buckets. But again, being on the playoff, you got the young boys out in Sacramento. You got De'Aaron Fox. You got Sabonis. Them boys running up and down the court. So again, you're gonna have a lot of young teams in that playoff who ready to run. And sometimes them old vets just don't want to run no more.
Right. So I mean, this one's tough, man. I like. Only reason I picked Golden State because they have the experience. I could have picked the Nuggets, but it's like they're not ready yet.
I don't think they're ready.
Jokic is good. He's good.
He gonna be Jokic. He's gonna do what he do.
But Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., I don't know if they're ready for this.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay? I really don't. The Clippers, they're in shambles, okay? You got guys that don't want to play basketball. Yeah, so with the Clippers, they got guys that don't want to really play basketball. You got, Russell Westbrook doing whatever he's doing. I mean, God knows what he's doing. I don't know what happened to him. It's just a lot going on with the Clippers. I don't see them, winning it all this year at all. And then, I mean, that's really the only teams worth talking about. All the other ones, I don't really think they have a real shot at winning the championship. Sacramento, I don't see it. I mean, they don't have the experience. This is going to be their first time actually making it to the playoffs in so long. I don't see them going too far. I mean, what's another one out there? Oh, Memphis. All the stuff they're going through right now. They're done. So, I mean, it's really three teams that could really make it to the finals. So, that's Denver, the Suns, and Golden State, if you ask me.
So, let me ask you this. If LeBron comes back and the distance they made, you think they can make a deep run?
Yes. The Lakers are definitely a team that can make it. The way they're playing right now, and it's all going to depend on your boy LeBron. They're not going to win it without LeBron. That's not going to happen. If LeBron comes back healthy and this injury is not lingering or really hurting him, then they have a really good shot. All right, they have a good shot if LeBron is even semi-healthy. But if he's healthy, they got a real good shot of making it. Because this year, I mean, you just got to get hot at the right time, and you'll make it. So, most definitely. I mean, that's what I see with that. So, yeah. I mean, the Lakers is definitely a team that is a sleeper. Golden State is a team that's a sleeper, but I see the Suns making it, and it'll be Suns versus Milwaukee in a rematch this year. That's what I like. Milwaukee. That's what I like. Suns versus Milwaukee this year. So, Giannis versus KD. It'll be a good matchup. So, we'll see. All right. So, we're going to get to our final topic. Now, did you make your selections for the NBA?
No, I did not. So, like I say, we're going to agree with the Bucks in the East. The West wide open. So, man, maybe next couple weeks I'll figure out something. I don't know. The West is wide open.
You just don't have a selection at all.
You don't?
Why don't you pick LeBron?
You know what? All right. You know how I get down. Lakers. Let's go.
Okay, take the Lakers. Okay,
let's go.
All right. So he gave you Bucks Lakers. That's his. All right. So we're gonna get to this final topic, and you know how I like to do. We're gonna get to that slap of the week. All right. And this week's slap of the week, we got to give it to somebody we just talked about. All right. And, this is George's, his hero, I guess. I don't.
The shade.
His hero. All right.
My hero?
Wow. Yeah. Wow. LeBron James. Okay.
Wow.
Mr. LeBron James, aka Steven Spielberg. That's who he wants to be now. All right. Steven Trashberg is what I'm gonna call him. I mean, this movie I just watched, just a couple days ago, because it was absolutely horrible.
Yes, sir.
And you know what? This is what I'm tired of. Some movies are just not meant to be remade, okay? And if you're going to remake it, you better watch it 100 times just to make sure that it's going to live up to, some of the, the previous ones. And you know what? This house party that LeBron and Maverick Carter just did was absolutely horrible, okay? It was absolutely horrible. And my problem with LeBron, because LeBron and Maverick both going to get this slap, is why is it that LeBron has to have his name and have himself in every movie that he does? I don't get it. Okay, we know you did the movie, LeBron. Okay, we don't need you to say that this is your house. Okay, it could have been some other made up basketball star's house. Why does it have to be LeBron James' house? And why do you have to be in the movie? And why do you have to play basketball in the movie? Like somebody was gonna beat you in a game of 1-on-1. This is the stuff I'm talking about. The movie was absolutely horrible from start to finish. Okay, and this is what I'm tired of. Because and the crazy thing is, you LeBron fans, something is wrong with you guys' ticker. Okay, something wrong with your head. I am tired of it. I'm over there talking on Facebook saying this movie is so bad, and these LeBron fans, these fools really just hate Michael Jordan so much. These fools gonna say, hey, well, he was better than Michael Jordan was in Space Jam. Why are we arguing that? Two trash clowns. You know what? Okay, well, let's add Ray Allen in it too. All of them are trash. It's like, how are we going to, compare, Michael Jordan and Ray Allen and all these cats acting? They all suck, okay? But you know what? LeBron is a little bit worse than all of them, okay? Because, you know, when I watch LeBron act, it's like I could see somebody. I could just easily visualize somebody back there, one of them French hats on and got a pointer just pointing to every word he's saying, like the ball. That's how he acts to me. All right? I'm LeBron James. Like, it's so robotic, not fluid. I mean, I want to know who his acting coach is. So I can tell anybody, don't ever go to that acting coach ever because he's absolutely horrible, okay? Because LeBron was absolutely horrible. He looked bad playing basketball in that movie. That's how bad his acting is. He made himself look bad playing basketball, all right? That's how bad House Party was, okay? And you know what? I have to give LeBron and Maverick Carter the slap for this because you just can't throw a whole bunch of celebrities in a movie and think that's gonna make your movie good. You actually have to have a good plot. You actually have to have a good script.
Agreed.
And you have to have good actors.
Agreed.
Okay? And one of them should not be LeBron James because you're not an actor. You are a basketball player, sir. So please stay out the movies. Okay? It was absolutely horrible. What do you think? Because I know that's your boy. You know, and, I mean, we're talking about just acting in movies right now. We're not talking about the basketball side.
Facts.
What did you think?
So number one, I'm fully in agreement with what you just said. So I watched House Party a week ago, and when I say I was livid, number one, if LeBron want to make the type of movie, that's fine. Make that movie. Just don't call it House Party. Right. Because I come from an era where when you think about House Party, you think about Kid and Play, you think about the late, great Robin Harris, you think about all these things that was iconic. And man, that movie was hot garbage. Hot garbage. Hot garbage.
When I tell you, man, I'm asking God to give me 2 more hours on my life.
What?
Please,
hear me well.
Please, can I get my 2 hours back?
Hear me well.
Jesus.
I'm going to email LeBron. I need my money back.
Oh my God!
Had I went to the show, I would have demanded my money back.
I want the money back.
I would have demanded my money back.
To watch that, anybody, you know what, man? I'm telling you,
Mike. Hear me well. You know me. I can defend LeBron on a lot of stuff. I can't defend LeBron on this one. This is trash.
And you know what? I think the court systems need to use this because I mean, if you get a ticket or something, you can say, hey, you can either pay the $350 fine or you can watch this 2 hours of House Party.
I'm paying the $350 fine. I'm not watching that movie ever again.
$355.
Hey, matter of fact, make it $450. I'm not watching the trash no more.
It's either you watch House Party for 2 hours or you go pay the $355. Which one you want to do? Okay,
that movie
That's
was
how bad
hot
that movie
garbage.
is. That's how bad that movie was. It was absolutely
and
horrible.
Again, I can defend LeBron on a lot of stuff.
Yes.
That's my guy.
Yes.
You know this.
But Spring Hill Entertainment, man, y'all got to do better.
You got to do better.
I mean,
you got to do better.
Space Jam was okay. It's more for the kids. But this one right here, oh my God. I'm like, you know what, man? Then LeBron in there with the hologram and talking about his hair. I'm like, this is so corny, man.
Whoever's in this corner, you might want to start not being such a yes man like we said earlier with Michael Jordan.
Get some real writers.
Hey, Brian, just sit down, finish your basketball career, then get some other writers for your movies. Then do that. Because I'm telling you right now, boy, that movie was hot garbage, bro.
I'm telling you, man, I was like, what is this?
Man, please.
What are we watching here?
Man, please.
Please tell me what we watching. So you know what, man? That's why you get the slap of the week, LeBron. You and Maverick Carter, y'all getting double ones.
What is the 5 fingers say to the face?
What?
Slap.
Exactly. You getting that slap.
Can you get one more for me, please?
Oh yeah,
that's my guy.
Hey,
that's my guy.
Let's do one more.
What is the 5 fingers say to the face?
What?
Slap.
You got to get the slap.
You got to, Brian.
That
you
was
my
bad.
guy. You my guy.
That was absolutely bad, horrific. Okay, and we don't even want to talk about Kid Cudi being in there because that part I was like, I'm totally thrown off. I don't know what's going on in this movie, but you know what, man, LeBron, man, y'all got to do better than that. Y'all got to do better than that, man. I don't know what y'all doing. I mean, I guess y'all got a couple pieces of loose leaf paper and some crayons, and that's how y'all writing this script out, man.
I don't know.
I don't know what y'all doing up in there at Spring Hill Entertainment, man, but y'all got to step it up a little bit, man, with y'all scripts. That is absolutely horrible. My daughter and my 2-year-old son could write a better script than that, right?
I agree.
And I'm being honest. That script was bad.
I agree.
Script was really bad. You just can't throw no stars in nothing and thinking you're going to have a good movie because you got a whole bunch of stars and making a whole bunch of cameo appearances and all that. That ain't going to change how bad that movie was, man. So do better, please. Please do better, LeBron and Maverick Carter. I mean, I'm rooting for you guys as black men in this industry, in this film industry. It's great with what y'all doing, opening doors for all these actors that we don't know about, but y'all got to do better. Y'all got to bring the quality up, man. You got to bring the quality of the movies up.
All the way up.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, all right? So, cuz.
Yes, sir.
I always do this for somebody that comes on that's new to my podcast. And you know what? I had to ask you a question, man. Because we talk a lot. I want to know, do you have any beef with me?
Mike, do I have any beef with you? Sure I do, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and you know I do.
I kind of knew this one was coming. Okay.
And so again, man, it's twofold. It's twofold. Number one, you and my Trojans from USC. Number one, you going to stop the disrespect because you know what's coming down the pipeline. So again, you understand what's going to happen.
George, what is there to respect? You saying this disrespect.
Mike.
What is there to respect of you guys? Okay, George?
Mike. So number one.
Is Marcus Allen still there?
No, we don't need Marcus Allen.
Is Reggie Bush?
We don't need Reggie Bush.
Okay, so what is there to respect, George?
USC.
You guys need to have some respect for yourself
Man,
first.
what?
Okay.
Man, what?
Have some respect
what are
for
you
yourself
talking about?
before you start.
What are you talking about?
Bringing respect in anything.
Man, stop it.
Okay, did you go to that game this year?
Yes, I did. Yes, sir.
And who did you lose to?
We lost to Tulane, sir.
And what's their mascot's name?
The Green Wave.
And that green wave hit Dallas that day.
Hey, you know what?
That tidal wave, green tidal wave hit Dallas.
Do me a favor. Keep that.
And watch them USC
keep
Trojans
that same
away.
energy.
I'm gonna keep
that because you said coming into the year we gonna win no more than 6 games.
I'm gonna keep it.
You said we're and for some strange reason, I don't know why you on this Colorado bandwagon. You in prime.
Oh yeah.
Y'all about to get dog walk.
All day. Y'all
about to get dog walk,
man. You know what?
Hey, we eat bison. We good. We eat bison. We good.
We believe. We believe. We believe in Colorado.
Keep believing.
We believe.
Keep believing.
That's what's gonna happen.
Keep believing.
Don't worry.
Keep believing.
Ain't you leaving anyway?
Keep believing. Keep believing. Who leaving?
Ain't you going to the Big Ten?
Hey,
you about to lose there anyway.
Hey, man, what? Who finna stop us out there?
Yes, sir. Go to Penn State, go to Ohio State. You think you beating Ohio State in that horseshoe?
Mike.
You out your mind. You might not even beat Michigan.
Okay, Mike.
You might not.
Okay.
You might not even beat Michigan.
Okay.
You're not built for the cold,
man,
George.
What are you talking
you
about?
Stay in LA
Mike,
in that
are you
80-degree
serious?
weather.
We got ballers out there, sir.
Only team you go to that's in the cold is Notre Dame.
Sir, we got ballers out there.
You ain't ready for that, man.
Mike, who's stopping
California
Caleb?
boys
Mike, who's stopping Caleb? Mike, who's stopping
palm trees in Ohio.
Who's stopping Caleb Williams? Stop it, sir.
Caleb Williams is only here for 1 year.
Hey, don't make a difference.
He's
Hey,
gone.
Mike. In 2 years, Mike. In 2 years,
he's gone after this.
In 2 years,
He's gone.
Mike. In 2 years, been AC. That boy done won a Heisman, and he gonna be a national champion.
I got a lot of faith in Caleb
and he
Williams.
gonna be a national
George,
champion.
what are you doing with your
champion.
defense?
Mike.
What is your defense gonna do, George?
Mike.
You have a trash defense. You can't stop a nosebleed, George.
Man, please. Mike.
You can't stop a nosebleed.
Whoever you put in this, hey.
You know what,
I told you last year, we gonna go undefeated this year.
You know what? This what y'all gonna do.
The hate is real.
Nothing.
Man, stop. Mike, stop it.
Crickets.
Stop it, Mike.
Absolutely nothing,
Right.
George.
Oh, okay. So that's one.
That's one. Okay.
And
Let's keep
you
it
know
going.
what two is? Two is gonna need to be a show within its own self.
It will be a show, and y'all be on the lookout for that because
Please
we
do.
would definitely have a show because this is something that we talk about all day,
We
every
talked
day.
about this.
Come on. Tell me your beef. Come on, George.
The beef is, I don't know how you don't think LeBron is the greatest of all time.
He's not.
Okay.
It will not happen.
Man, stop.
It will not happen.
Man, stop.
Please explain to me in 2011 Dallas stint. Did Michael Jordan ever do that? Did Michael Jordan never give up on his team?
So
did Michael Jordan ever average 17 points and 6 assists? I think he shot 40-something% in that series. Lost to Dirk Nowitzki.
You Jordashians kill me.
I'm just saying.
You a Jordashian. You know,
I'm just saying.
Y'all just like the Kardashians, right? When y'all first came on the scene, y'all was hot. Y'all turned heads. Now y'all old. You're worn down. You got to keep on getting makeover after makeover. You Jordashians
like my
kill
boy
me.
Kevin say, man,
Stop
life is
it.
all about numbers, man.
Stop it.
I'm just saying.
Stop it.
MVP.
Stop it.
How many Michael Jordan got?
Mike. Here's why LeBron is honestly the greatest basketball player of all time. So, Mike, y'all act like LeBron ain't a scorer, but that's not his biggest attribute. The man is number one all time in scoring, but he's fourth on the assist list. That blows my mind, dog.
All that is stats and longevity.
No, you can't do that, bro.
All that is
Stop
stats
it,
and
Mike.
longevity.
Come on,
I'm
man.
just being honest.
Stop it, Mike.
I mean,
come on, man.
Look at it like this, man. LeBron has had. He started at 18. Jordan started at 21. So there's 3 years he got on him already. All right, and I give it to him. LeBron is a better passer than Jordan, but is he a better defender? I don't think so. Is he a better shooter? I don't think so. Is he a better scorer? I don't think so. I mean, is he a better leader? It depends on what you define as leading.
But think about this, Mike.
I mean, is he a better winner? No, he's not.
Think about this, though. LeBron is 6'8".
Yes, LeBron is 6'8", 250.
And I give you this. Jordan is more skilled because he's a two guard.
Yes.
We're talking about a small forward.
Yeah. I mean, we're not talking about them going one-on-one. We're talking about what they've done.
You don't want to see that.
What they've accomplished as players. And what I'm saying is Michael Jordan is the GOAT. He's accomplished more in his career than Michael Jordan than LeBron has.
So here's the
LeBron he's a stat getting machine. I give him the stats.
So
okay. He gets the stats.
Let me ask you a question. The teams that Michael Jordan beat in the finals, they're never going down in history as some of the greatest teams to never not win a championship. It took dynasties to stop LeBron James. It's a dynasty. Mike, let me ask you a question. The 91 Lakers, are they going down as one of the greatest teams to never not win a championship?
No, they're not.
The 92 Portland Trailblazers.
No.
The 93 Phoenix Suns.
No.
How about the Seattle Sonics?
All right, so can I ask you this? What about Dallas, though?
See, we're going to talk about Dallas. Everybody who
You're talking about teams that Michael Jordan beat. I'm talking about a team that beat LeBron.
But now, that same team that beat LeBron, they beat your boy Kobe, though, right?
I mean, Kobe, they wasn't nothing at that point. We're not talking about Kobe.
Here we go.
Kobe's not in this. We're not calling Kobe the GOAT either.
But now, hear me well. I hold that to him. That's fine. Okay. I hold that loss to LeBron.
But this is what we're going to do, because we giving out a lot of nuggets.
Okay.
We're going to save this for the episode.
Yes, sir.
Because you know what? I'm ready for you.
I'm ready for all you Jordashians.
First of all, I am locked and loaded. Okay?
I'm ready for all you Jordashians.
Is ridiculous.
Let's go.
When it comes to this.
Hey,
so when we get to this episode,
let's go.
You already know I'm going to get you.
Do me a favor.
I'm going to get you.
Do me a favor. Get all your cronies.
I'm going to crush you. I'm going to crucify you.
Hear me well.
I promise you.
Hear me well. Get all your cronies.
No.
I want to be the only one here that's a LeBron James guy. I'm going to chump at you all you jokers.
Okay.
I'm going to chump at you all you jokers.
We'll see,
and y'all know who you are. You Jordashians. I'm coming for you. You better know.
All right. So, I mean, first of all, before we even get, in too deep on this, because we could go all day on this.
Yes, sir.
Because I want to thank you for coming on the show. Mm-hmm. I appreciate you, man. I think this was one of our best shows. So let's give it up for my cuz one more time for coming on here. I appreciate you. Now, this ain't gonna be his last time on the show. We already heard that. This is just his introduction to the show, but you'll see him on here a lot. And we want to end it. We a little far. I know we could go about 4 hours if we can just keep on talking about this sports. This is what we do. But I just wanted to say, if you had anything you wanted to say to the people before we get on out of here.
You know what? I'm gonna say this to you and your fans, man. Continue to support this man, man. Mike is a phenomenal dude, man. He's a great husband, father, and again, we're not only family, he's a friend as well. One of my best. So, man, continue to listen to the Mike to Mike podcast, man. Everybody tune in. He is putting something together that's going to be, I believe, a phenomenal thing for a long time to come. So continue to tap on in, man. This is a good dude. Even though we might be on a different side of certain
we
fences.
Definitely on the other, on two different sides.
But you know what? This is a good dude, Mike. I appreciate coming on here, man. It's all love. You know how we get down, man. So we're gonna make it do what it do.
All right, man. Well, that's it for the Mike to Mike podcast. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I always say, man, I love each and every last one of y'all. This is the first time we got video, so bear with us on the video thing, man. This is new to us, man. But you can catch us on YouTube now. Subscribe on that YouTube. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. And just click the link in my bio, and you can follow my link tree. My link tree takes you to everything I'm on. You can even get Mike to Mike merch. You see the hoodie I got on right now. You can go and buy this hoodie if you want to. So shout out to everybody out there for listening to me. God bless y'all, and be on the lookout for the next episode.